Today we're going to learn how to see the angle and see the proportion. The first thing, we're going to take a look at the placement. We also call composition. In this exercise, we're not going to include much of the table or the cast shadow. So I'm thinking about over here, just draw this sculpture right over here. How about this? Right? It's about right over here. And then I'm going to mark it, the top. Okay, probably here. The bottom, probably somewhere over here, like this. When you draw something or draw anything, you need to think simple and try to simplify what you see, not complicated. So at the beginning, what do you see? What does it look like? The whole thing, what it look like? A triangle. The triangle looks like this. That is the first task. See the whole thing as a simple shape, as simple as you can. Now the next thing we're going to find out, triangle has 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not going to look at here, just going to look at triangle like this. What about the relationship between these 3 lines? Can we see which line is longer, which line is shorter? We're just going to get an idea which line is the longest. Can you see? From here, I think this line is the longest. And second is this. And the last one is this line, a little bit shorter from what we see. Do some changes, you need to change it now. Like say if I put the top over here, for example, like this, and you know this is a little bit too short. You need to raise it up so that it's probably over here. So make some changes. So when you're dealing with the big shape. And now, the next thing we're going to do is, if we find out this is correct relationship between this line and the other 2 lines, in that case, you are going to see how you divide this here to here. What I see, the middle, do you know where is it? That's the bottom. It's right in the middle. So you look for how long is this? It's half of from here to here, like that, right? So from here, at the edge, I have a little line over here, like this angle. Now coming down over here, we can divide this into look like a rectangular when you look at the top, right? Now I'm going to draw a little bit line like this. A little bit line like this. How you are going to see it? Like over here, I'm going to draw, there's a line over here, look like a book laying over here. So I separate this into 2. Now I'm looking for this whole shape for the leg. It looked like this, coming down over here, and then move it. And I'm going to describe to you after I put down these few lines. So like over here, and then moving up over here, and then another part, and like this. From the triangle, I gradually divide into 2 different parts. Let's talk about how we're going to capture the angular measurement. I'm going to use a longer pencil. When we draw the triangle, if you don't see the changes over here, from here all the way coming down like a 1 line, can you find out the angle of this? Actually pretty easy. You just hold a stick, just put it in front of you, and you close one eye, like this the angle. It's just move it over. And looks like it should come in a little more over here, because the whole line is about this angle. And all but the base also the same thing. This is the angle. So you can measure the angle of a line. So what about the angle on the right side? You're going to move the angle from here, like this is the angle. So there's the angular measurement. About this line, if you can draw something over here first, don't worry about it. It's going to be wrong or right. And this, you're going to find out the angle of this. I'm going to hold it like this and move it over. I can find the angle. And what about the angle of this? Let's do that. Move it over. What about the line over here? You can also do the measurement from here and move it over. Put it down first and use the measurement to correct it. The other thing is, for example, you already know the angle of this by doing the angular measurement. And now we're going to find out what is the size of the line between these two. You can take this side as a unit and then measure over. But I need to know what is the relationship from my observation. Your pencil supposed to be 90 degrees from your eyesight, like this. Don't do it like that. When you measure it, you see as a two-dimensional. You don't want to go three-dimensional. And three-dimensional, you cannot put it on the paper. I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to come over here, and then 1, and I remember that, 2, 3, almost 4, a little bit less than 4. That is just easy. Now I'm going to cut this into a little bit more on this side. So 1, 2, 3, almost 4. I intentionally moved the midpoint a little bit more on this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this part, right? I'm going to rotate it. Maybe rotate it right over here, rotate it right over here. So you can see it should be right over here, from here to here. And now it's the same as on the other part. So that means I need to correct it. So measurement can help you to correct things, to put in the proper relationship. Now the corner over here should start over here, coming over here, like this. So that is the basics of angular measurements and the proportional measurement. From the bottom to here, the middle, it is the bottom of the hill. Okay, here you go. I got that. And then from here to here, and I see the angle based on the bigger shape is already correct. From here to here, the middle is right, a line over here that is just right disappear in that point. You always can find the place. Now I'm going to see between how wide is this, I can compare with this point, because this is not going to change. All the measurements are going to be based on the width of the bottom, the longer line. Because from here, I find out over here, now I'm going to use the same as the reference. So let's see. I'm going to measure that from the top to the hill. Let's see, top to the hill. I'm going to, oh, perfect. It's just half. Half is right over here. Half, now I'm going to use measurement to double check, and right over here. So that means the top over here should be a little bit higher, right over here, like that. Now I double check on that. Now I'm going to see the width of this compared to the bottom line. I'm going to use that, the width over here, moving to the bottom. 1, 2, guess what? A little bit less than 1/3. Okay, a little bit less than 1/3, that's fine. 1, that's 1/3. A little bit less than 1/3, probably here. A little bit less, approximately. I take this part and put over here. Now it needs a little bit wider, so it should be over here. Okay, and there's a curved line coming down like this, from here coming down and coming through. So now you're going to compare this portion and with this portion, and then this portion probably half of this. So based on that, your observation, just step by step. So from here, I can continue drawing. Like those line is already checked. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw this angle line. Like see that? coming over here, and from here I can draw this line, find the angle from here to here. I can see this is actually a shadow shape. And from here, I'm going to draw a little line coming down over here. I can draw that shape. And I'm not going to working into too quickly into the details, but I can see that from here to here, halfway, that I see a line over here, like that, and divide it. And from here to here, at 1/3, that would be showing this toes, like that. So I can start drawing and finish it. And let's see, I'm going to see here, there's a shape over here. Okay, I see this is a little bit darker. And just a little shape over here. And the bottom over here, see a little shadow. And see a little shadow at the bottom over here too. And this actually shadow looks like a triangle because this side a little bit bigger, like that. And the whole thing over here looks like this is the shadow, look like this. And I see the catch the shadow. I catch the shadow. I can locate the end of the catch the shadow from here coming down like this. I can connect that line and find out the angle. So I can see this is actually the catch the shadow area. And this side is a little bit darker. It's the shadow side. And this side is a little bit lighter. Okay, that is really not as light as the top, so still shade a little bit to it, like this. And I can see the other side should be a little bit lower because this line connects to here. I can see the angle of this now is correct already, and like that. And you're going to keep continue and develop from this toe to here. I can divide into 3 because there's the 3 over here. Always start from big to small, like that. And I'm going to make this size a little bit darker. Right? And slowly you can turn it into realistic objects.